Working now. Can you hear me now? Oh my goodness. So I think I already have regrets. Buyer's remorse about my upgraded internet. Because I don't care how fast it is. If it can't stay on constantly, we're going to have problems. I'm not sure what caused that last one. It caused my switcher to freeze up, which was everything else was working. Soundboard, my other computers, iPads, phone, everything else was working but my switcher, which unfortunately is the part that needs to work for me to reach you. So here we go again. There's cameras back up. I'm still washed out as I'll get out because it's so bright in here. But and Anne, look, Golden Mom had a chance. Really, we gave her a chance. We gave her a solid 20 minutes, something like that. And Golden Mom, I hate to be the one to say it, but you failed miserably, and the internet went down on my end. So we're going to go ahead and re-gift that right now. You may be able to try again later, Golden Mom, because I know you've been able to do this in the past. But we're going to give it to Anne now. Anne is going to watch over the internet. Anne, I'm going to warn you, it's not going to be an easy job, as Golden Mom can tell you. Golden Mom, it was not your fault. I think it's entirely my internet service provider's fault, as my modem keeps shutting down. But we'll get that fixed, even if I have to, be on the phone all day on hold, which I might have to be. So we're back. Sorry for that. Let's see. Let's pick up right where we left off and hope that we can. Hello again. Yeah, it's like the fail whale. Did you remember that, Katrina, from the early Twitter days? The fail whale. Let's see. Are you getting any more buffering now? Hopefully not any buffering now. I give Golden Mom a pass. I do as well. She's done a great job for us. So I'm just poking some fun. And I think she can take it. She's an OG when it comes to the channel. So I appreciate you, Golden Mom, for rolling with that one. You're still buffering. No. You're all good. Let's second time see what happens. Okay, so we've got this TikToker, right? I'm going to watch chat. If something bad happens, let me see if I can bring up. My super source. See if I can switch to what I want. There we go. Super source box 1 is going to be me. Box 2 is going to be 7. There we go. Okay, so let's see if I can you guys see this? Yes, it's working. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. We've got this TikToker who is making TikToks that are not good. Okay, they're not good at all. As a matter of fact, they really do. If you want to look at them, I can show you now. She has all these TikToks that are almost all having to do with this lawsuit. Let's see if we can zoom in on a couple here. I'll toggle that one off. Oops, that's not me. Okay. She's got one. This is why Rebecca Schofield hasn't sued me. Rebecca Schofield's the professor up at Idaho. She talks about Rebecca and Jack D are plotting and making moves. This is the phase that they try to get away. They're plotting another crime as we speak. This is like seriously inflammatory stuff. So she better have some solid information backing this up. You've got premeditated sexual assault allegations in here. Who was Rebecca Schofield, professor and murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. This is bizarre. This is just and it just goes and it goes and it goes. And she's got all these. Rebecca Schofield's attorney, whatever, sent me this demand letter. She's showing off the cease and desist letters. just my mouth is just like agape when I saw this originally. And now each one of these videos only has, between 20 and 50,000 followers, but one of them had like 2 million. And it's one that, where she accuses this professor of murder. And her account has like 2.6 million likes and 110,000 followers, which is, it's not a huge account, but it's big enough. It's getting some notice. You're saying no audio? Charlie's getting no audio. Can you guys hear me? Turn the volume on, Charlie. I think, let's see. I'm pretty sure mental illness is in play here. Well, she seems pretty alert and pretty with it. She claims to have solved a bunch of other murders. But anyway, so this is what we've got. Now we bring this over to the lawsuit, which I want to read to you some of. That's just crazy. Okay, so here we have, audio's good for you, loud and clear. Good. Maybe someone can tell Charlie to turn the volume on. He might have my channel muted, like the volume muted or something. So we're checking this out. First of all, this is a federal court that this is in. It's the United States District Court for the District of Idaho. It's a federal court, and it's federal because Rebecca Schofield is in Idaho and Ashley Goliard is in Texas, and so they're in two different jurisdictions, so to speak, and the amount that she's seeking is large enough that it becomes a federal court issue instead of a local court. And the venue is here in Idaho because that's where most of the things happen. So, introduction. In November 2022, 4 students at the University of Idaho were murdered at a home near the campus. The tragedy has garnered attention and inflicted great sorrow throughout the university, the state, and the country. Defendant Ashley Goliard, a purported internet sleuth, decided to use the community's pain for her online self-promotion. She has posted many videos on TikTok falsely stating that the plaintiff, Rebecca Schofield, a professor at the university, participated in the murders because she was romantically involved with one of the victims. Goliard's statements are false. Professor Schofield did not participate in the murders, and she had never met any of the victims, let alone entered a romantic relationship with them. Goliard's videos have been viewed millions of times, amplifying Goliard's online persona at the expense of Professor Schofield's reputation, and Professor Schofield now sues Goliard for defamation. You could see this one coming from a mile away, right? But the fact that she's had multiple cease and desist letters that were handled quietly, that were just sent to her. It wasn't like with a big press release or anything. Glad it's working, Charlie. No problem. Is the audio working? SMJ. Let's see here, just 1 second. I'm not sure why the audio isn't working on those. Give me 5 seconds. We'll pull that up here. Okay, so we should have the subject matter jurisdiction working now, but it'll take a minute before it'll reset. So all the commands and things will show up now. So this is going on. She does not cease and desist. She amplifies. She doubles down on her allegations. Interstate commerce and communication. Yeah, there are a couple things that bring it into the federal arena. If you
consent to that name.
There it is. I don't consent to that name. I'm going to turn that up just a tiny bit. Okay. One of the things right here is in part 3, section or line 3 here on the screen. It says the jurisdiction is proper under this rule because there is diversity of citizenship and the amount in controversy exceeds $75,000. So that's one of the things that makes it federal as well. And the first part, the plaintiffs in Idaho. There's big lawsuit, defendants in Texas. So she's going on, and you look at the factual allegations. In the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022, 4 students at the University of Idaho were tragically murdered in their home near campus. It is a tragedy that's gripped the entire university community, forever affected the students' families, brought tremendous sorrow throughout the state of Idaho, and garnered national media attention. To respect the privacy of the victims and their families, this complaint refers to the victims by their initials. Professor Schofield was not in Moscow, Idaho, when the murders occurred. Aaron, I just saw you say this. It's funny, we're talking about TikTok and Addicts Internet starts acting up again. Just saying, yeah. internet sleuth a psychic as well. Maybe she knows we're talking about her.
Are we going to address subject matter jurisdiction?
Yes, this is federal. And they have all jurisdiction over this because of it. Let's see. Charlie has a strong opinion on TikTok here. TikTok is a Chinese trap to trap and dumb down Americans. Change my mind. Charlie, many states are now banning TikTok on state government computers because of all the bad aspects of it. Anyway, so here we have this. Let's see. She was not in Idaho at the time the murders occurred. She and her husband were in Portland, Oregon, visiting friends. She has an alibi. She has witnesses. They stayed in a hotel, checking out on the morning of November 13th. So if she needed, they could go all the way back and get security camera footage to show that she was not there at the time these murders were committed. They drove from Portland to Moscow, a drive of more than 5 hours, arriving after law enforcement officers had discovered the murders. Yeah, that's a pretty solid alibi. I'm thinking as far as that goes. So do you think with that information, does she stop? No, she says, she orchestrated it. She directed it. I'm like, oh my goodness, she is doubling down. Professor Schofield did not commit in any way or in any way participate in the murders of 4 students. Professor Schofield has taught at the University of Idaho since January of 2016. She became a chair of the history department in July of 2021. Moscow. It's pronounced Moscow, not Moscow. My wife would probably tell me the same thing, having spent a good portion of her life up in Idaho. I'll pronounce it Moscow from now on. I'll try. I really will, Denise. Thanks for the correction. TikTok should be sued as well. Jimmy, I was looking at a couple other takes on this, and it might be difficult to actually pin down TikTok on this one. With the ways the laws currently are. I mean, look at what's happened with Facebook and things like that, with the investigations, Congress investigations. I think it would be hard right now without passing some new laws to make them accountable. Your audio does go in and out at times, but not so often to be annoying. This is a problem. Guys, we're going to get this fixed today. Okay, so let me read just a little bit more, and maybe we'll have to wrap it short, and I'll just finish with my updates on the records requests, which are progressing. Let's see. So she didn't participate in the murder of the 4 students. She's taught at the university since 2021. None of the 4 students who ever took a class from her. It's a small university, but she never recalls even meeting the students. She's never met Ashley Gilliard, the TikToker, and Ashley promotes herself on Amazon. Okay, can you see Amazon running from this? I can see Amazon running from this relationship. Amazon and TikTok as an internet sleuth that solves high-profile unsolved murders by consulting tarot cards and performing other readings to obtain information about the murders. She is purported to solve the murders of musician Kirshnik, Kari Ball, the Takeoff, a couple other people, as in addition to these murders in University of Idaho. TikTok is a social media platform through which persons can post short videos, typically no more of 1 to 2 minutes. TikTok's primarily recorded by a person using their own cell phone to record a video and then posting through the person's account on the TikTok platform. And individuals with TikTok accounts can view other people's accounts, can post comments on the various TikToks, and can repost other TikTok users' posts. This is important because other people have reposted this, and so this allegation that she's made, but she's a psychic. I know, MB. Because she's made these posts and they've been reposted, they've been seen millions of times. Okay, thank you. Good audio seems to be good. So if you're having some audio issues, you may have a cable problem. Okay, so let's see. On November 22nd, so just before Thanksgiving, she started posting these videos. She asserted the murder had some history with one or more of the victims, and the murder was someone who was previously involved with one of the victims, possibly an ex. So she sort of builds up to it. On information and belief that the TikToker has never been to Moscow or any other location in Idaho or any other location, not even to Boise or Boise, depending on how you want me to say that one, Boise. That she had no basis to make factual statements about any of the events that occurred there. And then on the November 24th, she posted 6 TikTok videos, and it lists that Ashley her TikTok is called Ashley's in the Book of Life. all one word, which she falsely stated that Professor Schofield, the chair of the history department, was responsible for the 4 students' deaths. 2 of the TikToks directly and falsely state that Schofield ordered the execution of the 4 students. 3 of the TikToks either falsely implied or directly stated that Professor Schofield had been involved in a relationship with one of the murdered students. 3 of the TikToks that were posted also used Professor Schofield's photo from the University of Idaho website, and they, without permission. Okay, that's a small thing, but it's a thing. It just starts adding up here. Audio issues there too. Okay, I'm not sure why we're having intermittent audio issues. The woman is a Sarah Boone delusion. Plus, I stole Ari's HDMI cable. Yes, me. Richard, bring it back. I actually have a new audio cable. I forgot to mention it's one of the things I got for Christmas as well. As I got a new cable, which allows me to have one more video source into my switcher. But if she said it on the internet, it must be true, says Claire. Yeah. Okay. So let's help each other through the audio issue. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay. So let's finish up here. I want to get through this. I want to talk to you about the FOIA requests. Let's see. She didn't have permission to use the photo. We read that part already. The TikToks were not based on any facts or any information known to Gilliard. Her statements that Professor Schofield ordered the murders and that she had a relationship with one of the victims are false. On the following day, she posted 5 more TikToks falsely alleging that that Schofield ordered and planned the murders of 4 students. This is not an accident. This is not, oops, I accidentally pointed the finger at somebody. This was like full-on allegation. They planned the murders with this guy, another student, JD. They planned the murders of the 4 students. Professor Schofield had not met the student JD, nor had ever had him in a class. She's never partnered with him on anything. She did not partner with him for the murder of the 4 students. So it's basically saying every allegation is false, is what the professor is saying. Her statements with another that she planned to carry out the murder with another student are false. Then November 28th, she's still going 6 more videos. So basically 4, 5, 6 videos a day. And she falsely alleges these same things, posting text with videos, naming Professor Schofield as being responsible for the murders, and then she goes on to say that she did it because there was a prior relationship with one of the victims. And she even goes on to say that she shares Rebecca Schofield's thoughts as she ordered the murder. So her psychic ability is incredible if she can read people's thoughts. The lady sounds fruity. Yeah, this lady sounds like she's going to have a very hefty lawsuit to deal with. Let's see, we're going to go down here. So basically more of the same. They sent, through counsel, they sent a cease and desist letter. She didn't stop. She posted additional videos. She continued making false statements, including ones like, I'm not worried about Rebecca Schofield suing me because she'll be using her resources to fight 4 murder cases. Just crazy. So let's go all the way down here. They're concerned because she does have a lot of followers, TikTok followers, 100,000 followers, and some of them think she's right. And some of them might be influenced in doing something. So the professor has had to, take security measures to protect herself and her family. More cease and desist letters were sent. And they're still up. As a matter of fact, if you go to TikTok now, they're still there. The videos are still up. I'm not sure if one of them has been taken down or not, but the majority of them are still there. And so Professor Schofield says, hey, all this is true. This is my complaint. And they ask for, let's get down here. We'll scroll down. Sorry, it's hard to read this. First claim for relief was punitive damages, basically. Let's see. Attorney's fees, prayer for relief, compensatory. There it is. Compensatory. Why is that word escaping me today? Compensatory, I got it. You didn't have to help me this time. Compensatory punitive damages and the amount to be proved at trial, which is going to be bigger than $75,000 is what they're hoping. Attorney's fees, costs, and disbursements incurred here, which are also sizable. Prejudgment and post-judgment interest, and all such other relief as the court deems just and equitable. And she wants a jury trial. So this was filed on the 21st, Monica. This was right before Christmas. We get up to the top here if you want to see if this is the document filed on the 21st. And you've got a couple attorneys there, right there, District of Idaho, and I think we've got a case number somewhere. There it is, right on the top in blue. There's the case number if you want that one. Professor's going to get paid. Yeah, absolutely bizarre. I mean, of all the things you can do, are you kidding me? Let's see. Let me show you my switcher really quickly. This is how I make things happen. And if this word says connecting, but it doesn't connect. Oh, there we go. It's still working, maybe. Maybe not. Is it frozen again? There we go. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Man. Okay, we're going to talk about our Freedom of Information Act requests. She has zero money. Right, and let me just tell you, Jimmy, having been on TikTok and had viral videos on TikTok, all those videos together, she's probably earned less than $1,000 from those videos, from millions of views. It's probably less than $1,000 of a payout. TikTok does not reward their creators on the same scale as some other platforms do. How do you get a jury of your peers for a psychic? I don't know, but the strikes, the preemptive strikes, will be interesting to see how they play those. She's going to be like, have a deck of cards. You're like, oh, not this one. Nope, not this one. Yeah, it's. I think she's going to find that she ends up in trouble and she loses a lot of her social media clout and maybe some contacts like Amazon. Okay, so my system is sort of running right now and sort of not, and I don't know why, but let me tell you where we're at. I got a call yesterday evening, really late as a matter of fact, but it was from California, so I give him a break, from my good friend Justin over there at the California Highway Patrol, who is handling my Freedom of Information Act request. And he's assembling all the data, and he called and he said, hey, I've just got a question. You asked for all the radio traffic regarding this incident. And this is where the dog bit the wrong guy incident at the end of the car chase. He said, you asked for all the radio traffic. Are you really wanting all radio traffic? And we hammered it out a little bit. And I said, really, all I'm really interested in is I want all the radio traffic between the helicopter and the ground units, and the ground units in the helicopter during that chase. So that's what I'd like to have. So he was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes it a little easier. And he finished it up. And he said, I'm going to pass this off to the sergeant for sign off on it. And then hopefully he'll sign off and they'll send me my stuff. And hopefully it won't cost a fortune to do it because they have not yet told me what it will cost. But hopefully when that happens, we'll have some more information regarding what's happened. And then we can file another one, especially to see if there was a settlement that's been given to this gentleman. If the police went out and gave him a big fat blank check, but we'll see. I think his name is Angel or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But that's where we're at with the California Highway Patrol records request. In Florida, on the other hand, Florida is not quite as responsive as California is. They're also a very open state as far as records go. And the records I've requested there specifically are any letters Sarah Boone has sent to the governor in the month of December. And so There on that front, I can possibly be on the hook for paying for some research time. But the way they have to document these things anyway, it should be a fairly quick search because I limited it to just one person, and basically you know which parties were included in that correspondence. So I've sent it to the right group, so they're the custodians of the document, and hopefully soon we'll have that one. And as soon as we get that letter, I'm going to go live. We're going to go live, unless it's like on a weekend, like on a Sunday or something, which I don't go live on Sundays. But I don't think they'll send it to me on a Sunday. But as soon as I get that letter, we're going to go live because I haven't seen anybody else with that letter. And I would love to hear what Sarah Boone is telling the governor. I'm not sure if the governor's ever used it or ever read it, but it would be interesting. Okay, so with that note, man, I'm like glowing. My head's like white. I'm like a light bulb here. I think I've got one of my settings off, but let me catch up on chat just a little bit. If anybody has a question, good sound, says Michelle. Little Miss, I apologize. Audio was my stupid internet. I turned off Wi-Fi and used mobile connection. No more audio issues. Wonderful. I'm not wonderful. I'm sad that you were having some trouble with it, but I'm glad that it wasn't on my end because I've had enough trouble today already, and I'm glad you were able to fix it, Little Miss. I don't use TikTok either. I'm not a big fan of it. I do have it. I do use it. I have a Recovery Addict over there as well. I think I've changed it to be Discovery Addict at least on the handle. But Amber Lucas says, Recovery Addict. So this is a huge issue, unfortunately, when it comes to things being public. And I really hope these things don't pop up more because if they do, then we are screwed for public true crime stuff. Yeah, Amber, they make everyone look bad, right? You've got people like yourself who are just gathering information and sharing it, and then you've got people who are just going off and being irresponsible. And the irresponsible ones are the ones that get the rules made that hurt everyone else. So I think in this case, what's going to happen is if I could look into my crystal ball and look into the future of this case, if this moves forward and goes to trial, I would predict that this individual is going to get slapped pretty hard. That the court will side on the professors with the professor on this, and that the judgment will be significant enough that it will be a warning shot across the bow for anyone out there who wants to make.
FOI fun.
Oh, thank you, Richard, for the FOIA fund. Appreciate that. Thanks for your support. I think that'll be the warning, and maybe it'll cause people to be a little more cautious about what they're saying, especially because words can hurt, and words can cause damage, and words can incite people to do things that suddenly you might end up being accountable for, even if you didn't sort of intend for it to go that way. The fact that you have a platform and can speak to people and can convince them of things without any other input on the other side, it's dangerous. But I like Tic Tacs, not TikToks. Tic Tacs are delicious, especially the orange ones. I love them. My kids do as well. Let's see if we have any other chat here. Roger says my girlfriend has an OnlyFans. Please don't share that link here, Roger. Keep it to yourself. Some of the singers on there are good. There are some good things. I will say TikTok is a social media platform that has everything. It has every type of content that you find on other platforms, and in some aspects it's sort of good about keeping some of the bad stuff out. In other ways, it's not. But it's it has some serious security concerns. Monica says, are you able to do that without a subpoena? As far as the asking for the records, yes. The state laws are different. Every state's different on how they handle public records. But both California and Florida have many years ago basically decided that government communications to and from government officials are public record, and that individuals who want them can request them. In Florida, it even goes so far as to say you don't even need to tell us your name. You don't have to tell us why you want it. All you have to do is say, send me this document and give us some way to get a hold of you so we can send you the document. It's very, very open. Now, of course, there can be a fee that's attached to it. Obviously, there's going to be like copying fees and things like that, which are minimal, and it's similar to going to a copy store and saying, hey, I need 2 color copies here. It's a few bucks here and there. The big fees come when you have a very broad request that covers multiple agencies, that maybe it's difficult to chase down, and it requires people to, real people, to put in a lot of manual labor searching for these documents. That's when you start incurring just some massive fees as far as research goes. Because you're paying for somebody by the hour, and it could take days to find them, and the hourly rate is probably higher than what they're getting paid, but it's a give and take. But Florida and California are both really good, for the most part, about giving those documents out and saying yes, they belong to the public, and not just a member of our state, but anyone from anywhere can ask, and can get that. Let's see, where'd we go? Okay. A lot of adults are irresponsible, unfortunately. Yep. I've done some irresponsible things too. So I'm guilty as charged. Isn't it a crime to falsely accuse somebody else of a crime? Yeah, and she's going to find that out. This case is civil, though. It's a civil case, and so she's going to... it's just punitive damages, basically. It's financial. It's not going to be... Her liberty is not at stake. She won't spend time in jail unless there are other charges that say, like, she makes false allegations to a police officer about this crime and things like that. Then there might be charges for that. They need to start making examples of some of these nutcases online. Let's see. The loudest person in any forum is usually the worst person. Well, yeah, the loud voices, the shouters, I don't like those. Hopefully I'm not that here for you guys. That's why I live deep in the mountains. People are dangerous and immoral. Don't trespass. No warning shots. You'll never find the body, right, Aaron? I think there was a sign I had on my bedroom door as a kid that maybe goes along with Aaron's sentiment here. It said, trespassers will be shot on sight. Survivors will be shot again. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's the Sunshine Law in Florida. Yes, it's the Sunshine State, and the laws are the same. Their records are wide open. Which is one of the reasons that same openness continues into their courts, and oftentimes that's why we have such great access to. I mean, you look at things. We look at the news stories all the time. We're like, hey, Florida man does this. Florida man does this. The crazy news stories. Well, one of the reasons we hear about so much
subject matter jurisdiction.
Well, in Florida, they have complete jurisdiction. No, one of the reasons we have so much information is because Florida is open with their records. All these police body cam stuff, it's coming out. All these records are wide open. We're getting these press conferences where all this information is shared very readily. So it's not that Florida is worse than every other state. I mean, they do have a slightly higher percentage of nutcases down there, but it's that they're so open that we hear about it easier than we do in other cases, where it's very hard. You're fighting tooth and nail. You're clawing for information because the agencies that are maintaining these records hold them so closely to the chest and just don't let them out. Settlements usually are not filed for the public to see. Right. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure. Probably one of the terms will be a silence, but at the same time, you can start chasing the money a little bit because their budget is public, and you can look and see, and basically see where the money came from, and unless it's straight from an insurance company, which it might be, we'll see if there's a budget line item. We can do a lot of digging to try to find that out. Usually the settlements. Okay, so yeah, I agree, Monica. I'll try to get everything I can. But we should be able to find out if there is a settlement for sure. Okay. I tried the pickles on the peanut butter sandwich. It wasn't bad. It might be an acquired taste. Okay. Whoa. So, Ann, you used the spicy maple bourbon pickles on a peanut butter sandwich? Because I've never had pickles on peanut butter before. I imagine the good thing about that is it keeps them from sliding off the sandwich. But good morning, J Kid. Good to have you here. Golden State and Sunshine State on the two coasts. Is your new internet called Hal? No, but oh my goodness. Let me say this. Let me complain just for a minute about my internet sometime. I got a new router, and they plugged it in, and of course they send a technician to do this, and I've I think I've told you this before. I've done IT work for the Department of Defense. Okay, I know my way around computers. I can build computers. I can work on computers. I can upgrade computers. I can do fun things with computers. That's what I do. That's my background. And so it's sort of like it's frustrating when they call and they say, we'll send you a new modem, but you need to wait for the technician to come and plug it in because it's a technical skill. It's like I can plug in a modem. Yeah, I can turn it on. I can wait for the lights to flash. I can do everything that he can do, barring logging in and changing things on my account. Okay, and that's something you can do over the phone. But so they send me this new modem, and I say, okay, so how do I manage my local network? And they're like, oh, we've locked that down, so you can't get in that anymore. So here I have a modem that I can't control MAC address access to. I can't control, port forwarding. I can't control, all the things that I was playing with before, where I was, reserving IPs for certain MAC addresses and assigning them manually instead of, through DHCP. It's like I have nothing. I have no access, and I'm so frustrated. I'm just about ready to. Anyway, I'll be on the phone with them today, and I'll let them know. Go ahead and knock. Dog food is expensive. That's a good one. Trespassers will be violated. Man, I love Florida's political direction. She says Jimmy, or he says, sorry, Jimmy. KQD, does recovery show up in bold to you even when you're not followed by the A word? I know it does when space between words is omitted. It didn't in that one. I think it needs to be followed by the A word. But it doesn't need the @ symbol in front of it. You can just say recovery addict, and it should show up as well. Yeah, there's a lot redacted, and that's fine. That's normal. Everyone redacts information. As long as it's not everything redacted, it's just like 2 words on the page readable. I have not tried the pickle dip yet. I appreciate the recipe, but I have not tried it yet. I need to do that. I've just been too busy. Okay. Let's see. Ann says, not my fault with internet. It's not me. Okay, who is my ISP? I'm going through Optimum, Patricia. It used to be Suddenlink, but they changed their name. Yeah, they'll charge me for sure. MCR Mama, Nikki, welcome, congratulations, thanks for being an addict. The way that this notice comes in, it's possible that she's not even on the live stream. It's likely that you are, but at the same time, it's possible that you're not. Right now, the last video I did with the Sarah Boone update seems to be getting a lot of hits. Hey, there's Nikki. Nikki, welcome. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for becoming a subscriber and admitting to being an addict. We're all addicts in here, addicted to true crime. So thank you. I think you'll find a great group here. Well, you're very welcome. By the way, I have all the parts for my PC. Yeah. It's time to plug it in. I work for Comcast and would have offered back-end assistance. Patricia, man, maybe I should switch. The back-end assistance that's worth gold. I mean, the inside secrets of getting service. Good morning, Laura. She says, you're killing it. Oh, the internet's been killing me this morning. Toxic with a friendly reminder, just from Hotel California. Remember, once you arrive, you can never leave. So here you are. Getting ready for work. Wonderful. Glad we can spend this time with you, Nikki. I saw a link. So I got a link from you. What? Okay. Oh, that's Weather Watch. Sorry. I'm just interrupting your conversation. Katrina says, Addict coin. Yes, we're working on Addict coin. It's a little bit tricky because I'm not very good at designing 3D objects where depth is portrayed with color, which is how I have to design the coin. Good morning from Virginia Beach. You're just north of me. It's wonderful up there. I'd love to go up there and metal detect sometime, actually. Okay. TW says, some of us cannot be pregnant. TW, I think, would that have anything to do with your birth gender, TW? I think you're a man. Is that correct? Hack your router. I'm trying, and actually, the person who's actually most frustrated about this is my second oldest son, who loves programming. I mean, he gets in there. He's got his Raspberry Pi. He's programming and setting up and rigging through things, and he's like, why can't I get into the internet control? Because he's always in there. He's always tweaking with stuff and changing things. But he's super frustrated with that. Mom's in. I need to purchase a new laptop in 2023. Dreading what I want and get set up everything. For me, I went Apple on mine, and you spend a fortune for the name, but at the same time, it just works with the other stuff. Since everything's Apple, I mean, I can copy something on my phone and paste it on another computer, and it's just the interoperability of the devices is phenomenal, but you sure pay for it on the front end. It's quite expensive. Okay. Ola's in the house. You showed up. Ola, good to have you here. You have to hit ! late in chat. Go ahead and type that in, and you'll know just how late you were, and everyone will be able to mock you appropriately in a nice way, in a loving way, to know that we're glad you're here. Let's see. What else do we have today to go over? As far as court cases, we've got Young Thug is still working its way slowly through the system. Is he going to make a plea deal? Is that what I saw last? Okay, let's just check and see. Okay, so Ola, you're close. You have the ! first. And you can be lowercase. It shouldn't be uppercase. Just ! late, and that's all you need. That'll trigger the command that will show us just how late you were. See, TW did it. Great example. So Kelly, you can do ! Discord, and it will tell you what the Discord link is. We've tried to set up a few responses just to take some of the burden off the mods, who have done a fantastic job. They really are. Yeah, and Young Thug, I think the brother got a deal, and then there was word that he was going to get a deal, and it's sort of been back and forth. And it's just, there are so many lawyers in that room that the progress is not happening. J-Kid, when will Sarah Boone be up? Sorry if you already said. J-Kid, that's cool. That's actually, yesterday we just looked at that and saw some new information because on the 20th, Sarah Boone had a hearing. It's the 20th of December, and she showed up and her lawyer did not. And then there may have been a hearing on the 22nd, or a hearing was ordered on the 22nd, depending on how you read that, the lawyer didn't show up to, allegedly, and then we think. And then there was another hearing scheduled for yesterday. Now, that hearing, the lawyer did show up. I believe Sarah Boone was there as well, because she said she wants to be at all her hearings, so it's possible she was there, but I didn't see a record that she was ever notified of that one. Well, in that hearing, the judge basically handled the request that her lawyer, Frank J. Bankowitz, made on the 19th, okay, the day before the initial hearing that he skipped. And at that hearing, the lawyer said, or on that day, on the 19th, he said, I want to be removed from this case. It's a petition to withdraw. He said that me, my family, and Sarah Boone, we just don't get along. We've got to split our ways. So we wanted to be let off. The judge yesterday said no. He said no without prejudice, which means you can ask again if the conditions change. But not only no, I'm ordering you to meet with Sarah Boone or schedule a meeting before the 17th of January, and we're going to move ahead with the trial on the 30th. So that's what we have. 17th of January is our next big date when there's another hearing. That's a pre-trial hearing. So that should be something that should be televised. And then on the 30th is actually the trial starts. So great question. I'm less than an hour late by my standards. It's on time. Yeah, Ola, you are. As long as you keep to your standard, you should be good. Sarah Boone is another nutcase. She is, and it's going to be crazy because we've got a lawyer who, according to Sarah Boone, is not talking to her, who does not want to be her lawyer, and is actively trying to get off the case. and now he is told to proceed with the case. We don't know how he's going to proceed. We don't know what. He can't like plead guilty on her behalf. She has to do that pleading, so she has to plead not guilty, which will make him have to defend her somewhat. But how he does that defense, what arguments he lays out, how he works with the facts to present her in the best light, that's going to be bizarre, especially if they're not working together. And you might have another situation, sort of like what we saw with Matthew Terry down in Florida, where he was not happy with what his lawyers did, especially in the closing statements. He said, I was told that they were going to say what I wanted them to say, and they didn't. So let's see, how about a command that shows your Amazon affiliate link? I don't know how to do that. I will tell you, I've never had any luck with Amazon affiliate links. Mostly because all the things I like are too expensive on Amazon. I'll look at that, KQD, and see if that's something I can do. I think I have to make each link individually. I don't just have a overall link that you can go through. Had an afternoon stream about Boone yesterday, but didn't turn on notifications, so many missed it. Yeah, it was... You didn't have your notifications on? Because I don't have a way to... I guess I could have sent out a community post. That's what I should have done, Little Miss. I'll do better. I'll do better next time. And let me know what you think about, if you go back and look at it, let me know what you think about the thumbnail. I've got a new tool to design thumbnails because I've really been lacking in that area. So it's a little bit better. Happy birthday to you. We get trials on your birthday, right? That's awesome. Discord link is invalid, it says. Do we need a new Discord link? Tox, if you click that link, is it not active anymore? Do we have to update that one? Okay, I have the 17th off work for a long weekend. I have to get to the Sarah Boone pretrial hearing. Tina, are you going to go to the hearing? You're going to physically be there? Have you seen the letter she sent to the judge? She sent, yes, and we covered that a couple days ago. She's actually sent two. One was to her lawyer that she carbon copied the judge. No, she sent 3 letters: 1 to the lawyer and 2 to the judge. And we've covered those 3. But I've put in a request, a Freedom of Information Act request or a public records request in Florida with the governor down there to get a copy of the letter she sent to the governor. And we're waiting for that to come back right now. I'm hoping that comes back soon. Do you think the jurors will be ready by January 30th? Michelle, I think they're going to be able to find a jury. I really think they will. Will they be able to find a jury that nobody's heard of her? No. This is too big of a case. She's right about that, as she writes in her letter to the judge. Everyone's heard about me. Everyone knows me. But I think they'll be able to find a jury that can say, I can put aside any information I have heard, or the information I've heard is very limited. I don't really know much about it, and I can set it aside and make a fair judgment based on the facts. And if they can do that, I think they'll be able to seat a jury without a problem. They'll probably have a large pool to draw from as well. Tried joining a Facebook group, but link didn't work. Any solution appreciated, says Samantha. If somebody can check that for me, Katrina maybe, if there's a change I need to make on my response, on the little chat response, let me know. Do you think Boone is attempting to dominate this attorney's time and the wife is telling him to fix it? Something is going on, because he included family in the letter, and he's like, my wife's going to divorce me if I don't dump this client. You know, that's basically what it sounded like when he wrote to the judge. But he's like, look, honey, the judge won't let me quit. I can't. I didn't get a notification for yesterday, but when I went to watch it today, I got your notification for this live, so I'll still have to go back and watch it. Yeah, Monica, I don't know why the notifications aren't are a little more consistent. Tina, that is awesome. I wonder if they'll allow you to text from there, and you could text us on the burner phone or something. I'm not sure if they'll allow phones in the courtroom for you guys, but that would be amazing if you could reach out to us and give us up to the minute or your take on what's happening in the courtroom. Maybe you could put the commands in the description of each video. I could do that, Ashley. That's a great idea. Okay. They did deny her trial relocation. I don't think it'll be moved. I think the link to Facebook's working. I'm showing there are like 8 new members in the Facebook account right now. So I think the link is working. If you're still having trouble, maybe try it again, maybe with a different browser or something. I wanted to share that some counties in Florida aren't as strict with jury duty. Sometimes they get lost in the mail and the court doesn't follow up, but I didn't tell you that. It's just if you can make it, can you come to jury duty? It's not really a subpoena. It's just like, if it's convenient for you. The Discord link works. Okay, so the links are good. That's great news. Thank you, Katrina, as well. Lil Miss and Katrina. As I understand it, if I link to your hot chocolate item, then search for what I really want, you get a little bit with no increase in cost to me. I don't have to buy the chocolate. I think that's how it used to be, KQD, but Amazon sort of dialed it back quite a bit. I don't know. I'll have to check my affiliate account and make sure that's configured. But the way affiliate works on Amazon is nothing costs more if you use an affiliate link. It costs the same as normal. It's just some of the proceeds Amazon gets from the sale go to the affiliate as a reward for bringing new customers in. Okay. And sorry about the no notification. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Patricia, can a lawyer get a restraining order against an active client? No, I don't think they can. First of all, I changed my mind. If they can, they're going to have to be able to have cause, which would be a physical safety cause, which would mean that the client would have to be out on bond. There's no way, I can't see a judge granting a restraining order against a client who's in custody, who doesn't have freedom of movement. There just doesn't seem to be enough of a threat there. So with like Sarah Boone's case, her calling his work phone number and writing him letters, I don't think that's going to be enough of a threat for the judge to say, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grant you a restraining order. Because how do you work together then? How do you even sit at the same table? Maybe his wife works with him as his secretary. Pauline, she could. He is an agency of one. The employee count for his office is 1, as far as his record goes with the bar. Can't text from said courtroom usually, but when allowed to leave. Okay, so that sounds fair during the breaks, but don't give up your good seat. Just for us. He did wait for the 23rd hour to file a motion to withdraw. Usually you need to let your client know in advance to get it granted, and the client needs to sign a document that they agree. Monica, I don't think that he ever told Sarah Boone anything about wanting to get off the case. I don't think he said a word to her. Because if he had, I think if he had, it would have been better for the lawyer, because if he had, and she knew that he didn't want the case and just wanted nothing to do with her, that she would ask for a new lawyer. And if she had, maybe that would have influenced the judge to say, yeah, maybe they can't get along. Maybe this won't work. I get my notifications from here. Kind people on Discord. Yep. Jordan Barber admitted to being an addict. Congratulations. Welcome to the group. Been listening. Took all ornaments off the tree. Just leaving the lights on until New Year's. I still can't get lids off pickle jars. Enjoying the cocoa. Wonderful, Bella. Bella bought the recommended Stevens Gourmet Hot Cocoa, which is just amazing. The one thing I'll say, Bella, taking the ornaments off the tree. Our tree is still up, but I have a confession. I did not put up any lights outside this year. My neighbors have done a fantastic job decorating all their houses. And so I go out on the porch and I can just see lights everywhere I look, and it's beautiful. And that's all I need, right? And so I was just busy. I never put the lights up. And so the Christmas morning, I was joking to my wife, and I said I should run out on the front porch and just yell first, because I'm the first person to have my lights down after Christmas. They were frustrated with me in previous years because I kept them up till midsummer and used them at night too. Please be sure to send the petition and the reminders to the Daybell and Vallow trial. The petition, Toxic, is that a petition to access for video access? Weatherwatch, received my summons for jury duty, told them I'm subscribed to Recovery Addict and was immediately dismissed. It's like, yeah, we don't want you. You have too much information. That's it. Jar openers do help on pickle jars. Or just just find a teenager's got just big hands and see if they can open it for you. I use mine for that sometimes. The answer is yes. I once worked at a firm in New Jersey where he had a panic button for the front door in case dissatisfied clients show up. Okay, so this is a current client, Monica. So you had a restraining order against a client you currently had a business relationship with, not like a previous client where they weren't happy with how the case went or something, but you're currently representing the client and you have a restraining order. Because how do you then work with them? How do you then consult? How do you keep them appraised on the progress of the trial? I get notifications after the live's been running for 3 minutes, which suits me fine because I don't know what to do with the internet. I wouldn't know what to do with the internet. And I think the best thing I can do is just be consistent on the time I go live, and I try to do it 9 a.m. Eastern time every day. I've been late a couple days in a row now. I'm sorry. Let's see. You guys have all these tricks for getting lids off jars. Upside down in a deep dish or bowl, cover with a couple inches of boiling water. Wait until you see bubbles of air escaping from jar. I'm always just a brute force guy. I'm just like squeeze harder, twist harder until your hand hurts. That's what I do. But not being able to open pickles is concerning to me. We'll have to come up with a solution for that. Wow. Okay, so I saw a man at the park doing the metal detecting. I started buzzing on him, so I wondered if he found anything. If it was buzzing, what you want to watch for is if you're watching a metal detectorist as they work, they'll be swinging their hand back and forth with the metal detector in it over the ground as they're walking. When they stop, they'll go over the same point over and over, and they're listening to a sound that is called a repeatable tone. It's when they go over something that makes a sound that it sounds the same or similar every time you go over it. That's a target. Because all the time your metal detectors can do little beep, 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 beep sounds, in your ear. It's just like chatter. It's noise. You have to sort of filter that out and listen for the beep, beep, beep. That happens every time you go over a target. And you'll watch them go over that target and they'll turn a little bit and go over a different direction. And if they like the sound, then they're going to dig it up. So, let's see. Rubber jar grippers, have one of those too. Bella's like, thanks for everyone opening tricks for opening jars. J-Kid says, saw someone doing metal detecting. I wonder, I love metal detecting at parks, basically because you always find money. And sometimes you find rings, which are really cool. And sometimes you can return the rings. And sometimes you can't return the rings and you have to give them to people like Debbie, because that's what I did. I get a knife and stab through the lid so the pressure is released. So you're consuming everything in the jar at once, though. You're not like taking one pickle out and then putting it back in the fridge. You guys need the sneak tactics. I do. I actually I'm not like the world's most muscular person, but I have considerable forearm strength because I used to work in a steel mill where I'd have to turn steel, like big long sheets of 20-foot long sheets of steel that we'd bend in shapes, and I'd have to rotate them and turn them. And I got these funky shaped arms because of that. Can you do that sound again? What sound? Did I make a sound? The beep beep sound? Oh, it's good, J-Kid. No worries. I'm behind on chat. I'm just trying to catch up. Hit the top with a heavy spoon, releases pressure. No lid is safe with you guys with all these tactics. I was called to jury duty once, but I got an exemption from it. I have never been called to jury duty at all. Like, not even the pool. I mean, I know some people that have been called and didn't get selected. I've never, ever been called. No summons. And I've been registered to vote since basically the day I was able to. Okay. All right, so I'm not sure what it is, but now the internet is working better. This is a good one, Charlie. Smash it open and eat around the glass shards. And it's easier that way. If it's still stuck, I throw it away. Clearly that jar is defective if you can't get the lid off and you don't want to eat it anyway. Okay, awesome. Well, we have a day ahead of us here that I've got to do a bit more work on my internet. I'm going to call and complain. I'm not happy with the speeds I'm getting. I was supposed to get a gigabit. I'm getting very similar to my past speeds. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a speed test while I'm running this live stream right now, just to see. Yeah. Well, it's good, but it's not great. So I'm going to complain a little bit. See if it does any good. I get up in the middle of the night, drink some pickle juice for cramps. I wanted to toss, but it's the bourbon ones. I'm not sure. Does the bourbon pickle juice, does it do the same thing for you that regular dill pickle juice does? Because I can tell you, I like drinking the bourbon pickle juice a lot better than I like the dill. Just as far as juice goes. Homer Simpson opening Dr. Draken's pickle jar. Maybe there's a soundbite we can use from that, Mom's in. If it's short enough and I won't get copyright stricken for it. All right, so I think we're good. You guys have been looking at the back of my head the entire time. Probably because I'm so white. Look at that. That is amazing. I've got to turn down the gain on one of these cameras. I think I can do that from here. Wait for it. Nope, I can't. Oh, well. I'll fix it later. I keep debating whether or not to talk about the funniest case to be the jury on. It may make Scott blush. You were on a funny case, Wombat. Can you give us a PG or a PG-13 sort of description of it, so we can wade into these waters gently before we dive in the deep end and find we don't want to swim there? Charlie found the moonshine pickles for Christmas. Wonderful. Gotta love those. Yes, we can hear the mouse really loudly today. My mouse here? Is that what you're hearing? I'll be quieter with it. I think I actually need a new mouse. The buttons, the sort of like the sliders on the bottom have worn off completely. Want me to do a filter? I have some filters I can put on. I can turn myself into a cartoon character. We might do that one day when we have a funny case to handle, just as a joke. But I'll become a cartoon character for one day. 152 people talking about opening jars. Such a broad spectrum. Love this channel. Samantha, we have fun here, and really, right now we're getting a little bit of a break. This is the holiday season between Christmas and New Year's, where no judge is going to call a jury in to sit all day long during this holiday break. Everyone wants to be with their families. We've got very little things happening. So right now we can just catch up and have fun. I can promise you, Samantha, I can promise you it's going to get hectic. We're going to have days where we have so much going on that we don't have time to talk about it all, where we have so many cases happening live at the same time that we can't watch them all at the same time. We're going to be staying up late doing live streams, trying to just stay up to date on that. Bella, that's an awesome picture. I just got a picture of it looks like hot chocolate with cream, a whipped cream on top, some cinnamon rolls, and the live stream going on at the same time. So it looks amazing. Looks like a wonderful morning. KLRN.
For the record, I don't consent to that name.
Well, one demerit. Ashley does not consent to that name. We will call you Ashley, though, until you change your name to something else. That's what we do. Did not know, but you can get a failure to appear, get a warrant out for your arrest if you don't provide good proof of why you can't show for jury duty. Yeah, some states, I guess some places in Florida aren't don't enforce that as much, but some places, they take that very seriously.
There's a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm. And the liquor store near the moonshine with fruit in it. You're seriously like at the liquor store you found pickled moonshine, or moonshine pickles, one of the two. I forgot my question, Toxic. What did I say? Yes for video access. It was good timing. In the future, we will all be able to open pickle jars. I think, seriously, Georgia, when you look at society and how we've changed and stay the same, there are some things that are completely different, even from just how they were a few years ago. You look at cell phones. That just 10 years ago, technology was so different from what we have right now. But then you go and you look at the jars that our food comes in, and we've been doing the same thing with the same lid, the same way the seal is, and we still fight the same battle trying to open the jars that we have for generations. And we're like, why haven't we not made an advancement in how we jar, how we, bottle our food? A man in Florida was acquitted for suffocating his girlfriend to death. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we can't go there, Wombat Mommy. That's deep water. And you were on the jury for that one. Wow. And in other news, Bella says, just hope I use the Ola hot water trick. I had the water from my hot cocoa and bourbon juice, works for the cramps. That's awesome. Glad you got it open. My dog stole an empty chicken can out of the sink that I let him lick clean yesterday, but he's licking it cleaner now. It's supposed to be 4.5 months old, and he's up to my shoulders. Little miss, that is not a puppy. That is not a puppy. You have a horse. You got a horse in your house. Surprised that no local news is covering Sarah Boone. I've looked for the info and can't find local news following the case. Shandy, wait for the trial to start. I think that's when we're going to start getting the coverage. If not, I might have to run down there and do it myself. I'm not ready to do that. It's a little bit expensive. I've almost got all the gear I need for that, but soon maybe. Husband's been called 3 times this year for jury duty. One time he canceled it for work meetings. I served on a jury this year. It's the dumbest trial ever. Some people have all the luck. You might want to buy a lottery ticket if you're getting jury duty 3 times a year, because your numbers are coming up. The brand is Old Smoky, and they make pickles brined in moonshine. I prefer the cherries, though. And so, Charlie, the question is drinking the juice there have a different effect than regular pickle juice? Oh, cat law. Oh my goodness. I can't read your message. Yeah, Nick would carry something like that. He's got a little more latitude on his selection than I do. Oh my goodness. All right, too soon, says Katrina. Okay, so off to work. Eileen, I think it's time for us to go off to work as well. I've got things to do to fix on my channel. I've got emojis to create. Have you guys ever created emojis before? I'm creating some emojis that can be used on the channel, and we're working on those, trying to get them to look just right, because as far as I can tell, once I make them, I can't change them. So I really have to like what they are. But yeah, we're going to be working on that. We're going to be getting the channel ready to make it a little bit better. I have some tweaks to do. I've got to call the internet guys and fix whatever problem it is that's going on, that's causing the buffering still with the upgraded internet. But thank you very much for being here. Yes, we have a gavel emoji, and it's a throwing gavel, MB. We've already got that one created. It's a throwing gavel. So hopefully you enjoy that one. It's been a great morning. Yes, thanks for sticking around for try two. Monica says I'm only on my 5th claim today. Bye, everyone. See, all hugs. Yes, everybody, please. Later, peeps. Thanks for being there. Hugs to everyone. Virtual hugs across the pond and beyond. Please, sometime today, give a hug as soon as you can, actually. As soon as you can. Give a hug to those people you love. Smile at somebody, make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for coming on. You have all the best LawTube channels. I love this group. I love this community. It's great. So thanks for being here. Weatherwatch says, I hope everyone has a great day. Please lock up all the throwing gavels during bad weather. Hopefully no more bad weather. Let's have a break for that for a while, Weatherwatch. If you can make that happen, we'll send you all the likes on the internet. Why can't I find the like button, says Laura. It's there. You just have to look for it. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for those who are new here today, who just joined. Hopefully you found that this is a fun community to be part of, and you'll be part of it again. It's good to be here. You guys are amazing. We will have more information tomorrow on more of the cases as they're slowly progressing and getting up to speed. I know that juries are going to be seated soon. We're going to have some big cases to talk about that'll get our blood boiling. At the same time, we won't want to stop watching. So I can't wait to do that with you guys. Thanks, God. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you. And now, guess what? My switcher's not working again, which means I can't stop going live. Can't wait for the 17th and 30th. Okay, so I'm going to have to crawl under my desk to fix this. No, just kidding. We'll make it happen. Let's see. There's one. It's just a little slow. There's 2. You guys are laughing at me. It's one thing to not be able to go live when it's not working, but it's another thing to not be able to stop being live. I'm still here. Yeah, 70 of you left and didn't realize that the live stream was going to continue beyond what we thought. I love the tough endings comments. I love the internet. I really do. I love technology. It is fantastic. You can check in, but subject matter jurisdiction. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to call the ISP and say, what is the problem? You're breaking my switcher. But thank you, guys. Let's see if this works. We'll catch you on another one. I'm hitting the button and I'm still here. Oh, man. So how was your day? Just kidding. I found a way around it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.